Tory Taylor, who they actually needed some help in terms of their punting unit. He is going to be great.
But I do firmly believe if Odunze's not on the board, that they probably trade back and gain assets and look to fortify their team across the board. But the fact that we got a bozo pick in number 8 here from the Atlanta Falcons, that's the reason why I believe also they picked up the Bears as the winner.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Does Dame get frustrated? Miserable year in Milwaukee. Does he ask out? Does Giannis ask out? Well, you ain't got no one else to trade. Middleton makes a ton of money, old. Bobby Portis makes a ton of money, old. Brook Lopez makes a ton of money, old. Pat Connaughton's going to give you nothing in trade value. So to me, watch Milwaukee. Folks, this could be the end of the Bucks dynasty.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. The Early Line.
Magical and historic season in Lincoln, Nebraska continues.
He is the best player in the NBA, but also in the biggest moments where the national media is watching.
Newswire.
Something that we have never seen happen before with one of the iconic coaches in the game.
Pharrell, coast to coast.
The team covers. It's automatic. It's every time. Not sometimes. It's every time.
Game time decisions.
Luka is actually far more dangerous from 3 on the road this year than at home.
This game here tonight, you may want to consider taking as many points as humanly possible.
In-game live, prime time.
We got not one, but 2 coaches fired systems in place.
SportsRage late
sort
night.
of has letdown written all over it. It's going to be hard to match the emotion that they played with the other night.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Let's roll. This is Sports Rage. I am Gabriel Morency, the pimps, the players, the hustlers, the people, the bustlers, and everybody else in between. Let's do this thing. The Thursday night throwdown has begun, and the Philadelphia 76ers comeback has begun as well. The New York Knicks had a 22-point early lead. That's right. They were smoking them early in this basketball game. It's like 35-13, and it is currently 47-41. With under 4 minutes remaining in the first half right now, the Sixers have begun to chip away and come back. They have the momentum right now in a basketball game that you've got to believe that, like all these other games in this series, is going to come down to the final 30 seconds or so, and we should expect some craziness. So it's 47-41 right now. The in-game number is the Knicks are laying 3.5. The total is 200.5. I think we're going to get there, yet this total is sort of predicated on what happens right now over the next 3.5 minutes. This game will slow down in the fourth quarter, like for real. This is Philadelphia. This is New York. This is East Coast basketball, and it's going to turn into a slugfest / like tackle football, basketball type of deal. You know what I mean? You never really know, though, what Scott Foster going to do as far as calling it. But it's been a pretty physical series. They've let a lot of stuff go in this series. So as somebody that bet the in-game over earlier, I've got a little bit of concern about this, actually, that it's going to turn into an old-school Knicks Heat type of, street ball game in the fourth quarter. Buddy Hield just hit a 3. I played a money line parlay. I took the Pacers and the 76ers, got a little bit of an odds boost up to plus 261. And you're only allowed to put $100 on it on the odds boost. So I put 100 on it, so it pays back $361. We already got the Pacers in, so now we need the Sixers. No offense, because honestly, from a fan perspective, I like the Knicks and I don't like the Sixers. But tonight, I like the Sixers. So nothing personal to all of the New York Rageaholics who are Knicks fans. Just business, baby. It's just business. And it's big business in the 6 right now, as there's nothing bigger than Toronto Maple Leaf hockey at this time of the year in Toronto. And, of course, it's been one collapse after another And it's been a close, tight-checking game in which it's sort of gone back and forth as far as the pace of play is concerned, but the Toronto Maple Leafs did something that normally they get done to them. And the Boston Bruins did something that normally they do to other teams. And I tell you what, you can see it. Anyone that's watching this right now, Boston are starting to flip out. They're starting to panic. Like, for real. You see it. I can see it in their faces, man. You can see it early, like near the end of the first period. You can sort of see, like, oh, wow, they're not just rolling over for us, are they? It's like, no, they're not. Like, dude, the Boston Bruins had one shot on goal in the first period, right? The Toronto Maple Leafs are doing something they never do. They're playing good playoff-style hockey. Without Austin Matthews, we might add. But good teams. You'll see this in all sports, all right? Hockey is a big killer because, the scoring is harder, but same thing like NFL football. Right? Like the Kansas City Chiefs, they're playing in a game and it's tied, and you think, oh, look, the Chargers are hanging with them. And then, boom, they score a touchdown before the end of the first half. Then, boom, they score a quick touchdown out. Like, you always hear that script. You want to score late in the half and then early out of the second half. You'll see it in hockey all the time. Teams that win the Stanley Cup and teams that win playoff games in the NHL, they score goals in the last minute of periods of tie games, right? Like that's what you do, right? That's how you break through. The Bruins, like the Toronto Maple Leafs, are playing as good as they possibly can, and it's still scoreless, right? It's like the last game. The Leafs played a perfect game, and they only won in overtime. They don't have any margin of error, so they're playing. You know what I mean? And the Bruins are starting to come on in the second period. They outshot them 13-8 in the second period. And then, boom, the Leafs score with 54 seconds left or whatever it was. I think it was 54 seconds. And it changes the dynamic now. Now Boston's really frustrated. And let's not forget, this is the same Boston Bruin team that blew a 3-1 series lead last year to the Florida Panthers. So I think that's why it's not just the Leafs. I think they're starting to, like, the old, here we go again type of deal, deja vu all over again. We'll see if the Toronto Maple Leafs can hang on in the third period of play. We're on the Leafs, and we're on the under 5.5. I got a 6.5. I got a 5.5. The Leafs are now minus 320, which I wouldn't do. Boston are plus 235. And the total is 3.5. But let's not even talk about the 3.5 because over 3.5 is plus 200. Under 3.5 is minus 250. So let's just see what the alt line 4.5 is as a real number here. All right, so 4.5. All right, total of 2.5, 4.5. Under, wow. This is weird. They're really trying to box us out here of betting anything. So you got these 3.5s at crazy numbers. The 4.5, under 4.5 is minus 600. Over 4.5 is plus 350. Can we get the 5 here? Probably not. Although it could, right? It would take, just one more goal from Toronto, 2 goals from Boston. Next thing you know, boom, you're hitting that over 4.5 at plus 350. And speaking of like late runs, Philadelphia 76ers just hit a 3 late in the first half. And the Knicks did respond with a deuce back here, but after all that, after the New York Knicks came out and punched the Sixers in the mouth to start off this basketball game, they were up by 22 points. The Philadelphia 76ers have a 3-point lead at the half right now. 54-51 at the break. There was talk that the Philadelphia 76ers ownership group bought up a bunch of unsold tickets to keep Knicks fans out of the building tonight. I can't confirm that to be true, but I can confirm that Drew Martin will be in the house with us. We're running the gauntlet tonight. And as you know, due to SportsGrid's Live Golf Tour coverage in the overnight hours tonight, we're only on for the first 2 levels, right? There's no level 3. There's so 2-hour show tonight, 120-minute full court press, and we're jam-packed. Drew Martin in the house, the Raging Redhead Cam Stewart, the Philly Godfather, our boy Brent Beard. We talked some college football, NFL draft, SEC, 11 players taken in the first round of the National Football League draft. So the third period has begun in Toronto right now, and we're going to the half. So it's perfect timing, actually. This is great stuff. The synergy tonight is just working, in which the basketball game has just gone to the half, and the third period just started. We're 2 minutes in right now, 1-0 for the Toronto Maple Leafs, 17:33 left. Austin Matthews scored 69 goals this year. He didn't play in the last game that they won. He's not playing tonight. And he'll probably be ready, I would assume, if they go to a game 7. I'm not going to say, they're better without Austin Matthews, but they're definitely playing a different style, and this style is working for them, right? It just is. You know, the Maple Leafs are a skill team. They like to skate and just carry the puck into the zone, and you can get away with that in the regular season against most teams, but in the playoffs, it's hard. I was worried about the Vancouver Canucks. The Canucks have a similar style as the Leafs. The only difference is the Canucks are like tougher, grittier guys on the team, but they play like a similar system. And it's not a playoff type of system. Playoff hockey is very simple. It's stupid. I don't like it in a sense of I find it crazy. You fight to get the puck and then you just dump it into the corner. But there's a method to the madness. Dump it in, crash, bang, wear them out, keep on hitting them, hit them, and we'll get a loose puck that'll bounce in front of the net. It'll be easier to do that than us trying to score a highlight reel goal with everyone blocking shots like they do. A lot of stuff to break down. This is SportsRage.
Does Dame get frustrated? Miserable year in Milwaukee. Does he ask out? Does Giannis ask out? Well, you ain't got no one else to trade. Middleton makes a ton of money, old. Bobby Portis makes a ton of money, old. Brook Lopez makes a ton of money, old. Pat Connaughton's going to give you nothing in trade value. So to me, watch Milwaukee. Folks, this could be the end of the Bucks dynasty.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
So I turned it off. I got my sweat done, and I'm leaving. I'm taking my money. I'm going home, and I don't want to talk to you for the rest.
Oh, yes!
There it is.
6-3. Catch the over. The over is hit. The Padres are our heroes.
That's how we end the show.
Oh, well, let's just sign off. Let's just call it a show.
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
I just don't want to play for clicks. I want to be involved with a great leading program that's going to develop players. Him leaving Colorado, a shot across the bow at Dion. I don't think Dion cares.
You saw Logan Diggs move on from LSU to Ole Miss with Lane Kiffin. Don't be shocked if you see John Emery potentially maybe at another school, maybe like a Miss State or even maybe like a Texas A&M.
Inside the transfer portal, only on SportsGrid.
Game Time had 35 in the first half, Cam. And then, of course, he did not have another point the rest of the game.
Lillard's, it's playoff game time. This guy will show up. He will hit shots. Indiana, you better respond here because I'll tell you, that's a bad loss. We were wrong, Carver. Like, hey, I admit, I was on the Pelicans. This game, I lost.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I am Morency. The stakes are high, like Iron Maiden. Ace is high, which is a great song. Stakes are high instead of Ace is high. Stakes are very high here. Oh, and oh my God! I'm not even exaggerating.
Is it 2-0?
Like I'm really not. Like I don't know how this and oh my God, part 4.
Oh, no. Oh, whoa! Oh, my God, this is madness.
Yeah, I
oh,
told you.
yes, he kept it out. I love this guy. He's diving all over the place. He's flopping like bacon in a pan.
Joseph Wall just made like old school Mike Palmatier style. He's flopping all over the place. They nearly score. I don't know how it doesn't go in. And then someone comes in on the Bruins from the point and just freaking ripped one. like, all right, I'm going to murder someone. Get out of the way. He teed it up. It like hit like a leaf. It went off like the post. And the Bruins nearly just scored 5 times in like a 10-second sequence. It was like, I don't know how the puck didn't go in a couple of times. Once, and like I'm telling you, the hockey gods right now, we got Cam Stewart in the house. The hockey gods are rewarding the Leafs for their style of play and the hard work that they're putting in the last 5 periods of play. But
I hope so.
Boston are coming on strong, bro, and the Leafs can't survive like this for another 12 minutes. Like, they're going to need to get the puck out of their zone and try to score a goal. Don't sit on your lead. It's only 1-0.
Exactly. It's like Boston's got machine guns and the Leafs got little jackknives. But the Leafs played a great game earlier. They came out. Wall's been good. I talked about it. I was on In-Game Live. They scored that first goal. As we talked about, it's not difficult. You shoot the puck. Nylander shoots. It goes off a Boston guy's top of his leg, goes in the net. Nice and dirty. You don't have to circle the puck. You don't score in a 4-man advantage game, but let's go. Wall's been playing great. Reminds me of you in your prime diving around in Quebec, making all sorts of saves. If we get a Game 7, buddy, that's all I hope for. I just don't want these guys to go down. I like the effort, and I'm proud right now. Let's just we got to finish the job. Let's go.
I was a Ken Dryden and Grant Fuhr guy as a young netminder. I used to even steal the Ken Dryden thing when I was bored. I'd stand with my thing on the stick.
Yeah, like leaning on the net.
Yeah, like I was always on good teams, so I'd laugh. The coaches used to get mad. They were like, "Dude, you're not Ken Dryden. Like, it's just too cocky. Don't do that." Like, I'm standing there like a yawn. Come on, guys, give me a shot. Let's bring in Drew Martin as Drew Martin's Florida Panthers await the winner of the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Boston Bruins. And as a Panther fan, you beat the Bruins last year in 7. You were down 3-1 in the first round. You came back. You won the series. That's what catapulted the Panther Stanley Cup run last year. But I think the Bruins are beatable. Like, I think the Panthers would beat. So where I'm going with this is if I'm the Panthers, Drew, I would rather play the Boston Bruins than the Leafs, actually. Like, if the Leafs come back and win this series, Cam, they're going to have confidence suddenly. Like, oh, you know what? We just came back from 3-1. We're not losers. Like, and they got business to settle with the Panthers themselves from last year. It's like the revenge tour for the Leafs. Drew Martin, Drew's just kicked back, high and mighty. Panthers are rolling. Right. What's up, Drew?
He's an investment banker. I love those Panthers.
You got your puck?
Absolutely,
guys. Puck?
I got my lucky puck here, guys.
It is a lucky puck. His guys are on fire.
I got it when I was like 14 years old at a game with my grandpa, and I've held on it ever since. And guess who was at the game Monday night? Yours truly, rooting home the Cats, baby. Ain't no way I'm going against my Panthers this time of year, man. They've been hot in the playoffs. They're going to be hot again. We don't care who we're playing. I roll with the Panthers.
He doesn't care. It's like, it's like me with Michigan. People are going, you don't want Texas, you don't want Alabama. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Bring it on.
Florida's better. Let's call it out for what it is, Gabe. They're better than the Leafs. They're better than the Bruins, but the Leafs are a little bit better. The only thing they'd have is, you're right, confidence if they don't screw this thing.
But they would
down.
They would at least have the style.
Yes.
They won 7 games to the Panthers last year. I like the revenge aspect of it. And, it's all matchups, right? It's all styles makes matchups. But the Leafs still have some work to do here. But I'll tell you, Drew, watching the Panther games, we know Tampa have a good atmosphere at their games, the Thunderdome. But the Panthers' atmosphere looks pretty lit, and it's rocking. And quite frankly, it's a lot rowdier and more passionate than any Miami Heat games ever are. Would you agree with that? Like, by far.
Well, I mean, I don't mean to kind of brush it off my shoulder a little bit, but I know South Florida sports. I was born and raised in Fort Lauderdale. Spent a lot of time in Miami. Now I did move away, but I've come back. And I'll tell you this, Gabe, their setup, the stadium or at the arena out there in Sunrise, it's just very easy to get to. 595, the Turnpike, Sawgrass. So it brings in a lot of people, whereas the Heat is like way down in downtown Miami. So it's kind of difficult to get there, meaning like big time games, South Florida fans, people rip on them. They like the Dolphins. Everybody else is kind of a second tier team. But when it comes to a winning team like the Panthers have been, they can jump on a bandwagon like any fan base out there. So it's almost like home ice advantage in the regular season, guys. I'm serious with this. It's like probably not that much, but this time of year, you need to up those ratings on the Panthers' kind of home ice advantage, because it was absolutely rowdy on Monday night, man. It was crazy.
I saw the Panthers play the Leafs game there, and they were giving, like, literally, if you bought a bottle of Smirnoff, you'd get, like, back in the day, they were giving tickets away. Like, the place it was a ghost town. That was when they were brutal, though.
Yeah, during the regular season, it's not much at all. But I'll tell you, man, it was rowdy. I almost saw a fight. Like, I was up there in the 300 section. There was a couple Lightning fans, and you could tell that they were drinking a little bit too much, and they were a couple rows back, and they almost got after it. The security had to come up, man. So I don't know. You normally don't see that, like in indoor arenas. That's more of like a rivalry thing. Yeah,
you got a state rivalry. Yeah, you got a state rivalry going on. No, but the Panthers' attendance has always been, it hasn't been terrible. Like, they've had a few down years because they sucked. Yeah. But when they were good as an expansion team coming into the league, they started that stupid rat thing, which I never like because I don't like rats. But they're throwing their, you know what I mean? Van Beesbrook was the goalie.
Oh, yeah.
He's the forgotten one, though. You can't talk about him now. Like, part of their history is gone. I don't even know. I forget what he did, but it was bad.
It was not good.
Does Dame get frustrated? Miserable year in Milwaukee. Does he ask out? Does Giannis ask out? Well, you ain't got no one else to trade. Middleton makes a ton of money, old. Bobby Portis makes a ton of money, old. Brook Lopez makes a ton of money, old. Pat Connaughton's going to give you nothing in trade value. So to me, watch Milwaukee. Folks, this could be the end of the Bucks dynasty.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
So I turned it off. I got my sweat done, and I'm leaving. I'm taking my money. I'm going home, and I don't want to talk to you the rest.
Oh, yes!
There it is.
6-3. Catch the over. The over is hit. The Padres are our heroes.
That's how we end the show. That's how we end the show.
Oh, well, let's just sign off. Let's just call it a show.
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
I just don't want to play for clicks. I want to be involved with a great leading program that's going to develop players. Him leaving Colorado, a shot across the bow at Dion. I don't think Dion cares.
We saw Logan Diggs move on from LSU to Ole Miss with Lane Kiffin. Don't be shocked if you see John Emery potentially maybe at another school, maybe like a Miss State or even maybe like a Texas A&M.
Inside the transfer portal, only on SportsGrid.
Game Time had 35 in the first half, Cam. And then, of course, he did not have another point the rest of the game.
Lillard's, it's playoff game time. This guy will show up. He will hit shots. Indiana, you better respond here because I'll tell you, that's a bad, bad, bad loss. We were wrong, Carver. Like, hey, I admit, I was on the Pelicans. This game, I lost.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
I nearly fell for it just briefly. I looked up and I saw the Leafs celebrating. I was like, did they score?
The Nylander goal?
I was like, oh, no, replay.
Yeah, 20 push-ups.
Oh!
Yeah, I thought.
Oh, you're going to see it in a second here, Cam. You're going to go, oh, my God. They just came close. Watch.
This guy's cable. I really need to, like, upgrade for next year's
Now
playoffs.
that it's your team, I'll shut up. I can't help. I was like,
No. Oh, my God. You're right. Oh, geez, you're right.
Okay, you're really behind me. You're only seeing that right now, huh?
Yeah, I told you it's a disaster. I got my
cable's
bill,
quick
too. It's
tonight.
like
I noticed. I've caught on to that. I'm like, man, I'm fast tonight.
Is there a way I can make it faster, Gabe? Is there a way I can make it faster? Is there a device I could buy or anything, Drew?
Change companies, pay more, pay more.
Yeah,
pay more. I'm paying $220. I don't even get international horse racing anymore. These guys are screwing me. They got me over the barrel. Yeah, it's not a lot of choice here, but Gabe got a good deal. He's got better cable. He pays $50 to my $200. Go figure. Smart.
Hey, I paid more than that. No.
You guys weren't affected by like the Bally's? Have you heard about it down here in the States? Like they were dropped from I think from like Comcast. Yeah, so a lot of these games people aren't even seeing,
including the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah, it's a big problem. I don't know.
People like it's one thing. It's been going on for a couple of years. This thing, that network, it was going down, right? And nobody ever cared. It was like, oh, the Arizona Diamondback games are hard to find suddenly locally. People are like, it didn't become a story, but now it's like, what? You can't find a Brave game?
Yeah.
People are mad. Like the Atlanta Braves aren't. Some people have it, but if you're on certain cable packages, you're not getting Atlanta Brave games in Georgia right now. It's not going over very well.
No, they like their Braves.
This is just going to accelerate the push to streaming, bro. Right? Like eventually, this is that's going to be the new deal. Teams are just going to say, you know what? If you want to buy, like the Buffalo Bill package, you want to watch every Leaf game, you want to watch every Pittsburgh Penguin game, buy it from us. We'll sell you the season for $400. Yep. If not, shut up. That's going to be sort of and people would want that, right? It's all about a demand. Everybody complained like when the Miami Dolphin playoff game was only on. Remember, it was only on streaming.
Oh yeah,
and everyone said, "Oh, that's no one's. You can't do that." And well, they had 23 million people watch streaming. 23 million people. Yeah. So the fact is, like younger people, not even through 30, like people under 35, 40 now, but specifically under 25, they don't even own TVs, let alone cable, and they're watching. Like Mad Dog Russo had a take the other day because he was ripping some fan that said he watched the Knick game on his phone while he was golfing. Yeah. And Russo said, "You're not a real fan if you're watching on your phone while you're golfing." And it's an old man take, but I get it in a sense. But the kid had a good response to him. He goes, "Hey, Russo, it's 2024. He goes, I'm 26. I can multitask." He goes, "Maybe you can't multitask."
What's wrong with that? He's going golfing. He's still watching the game. I
remember when the Raptors were in the finals. I walked into a Pizza Nova in Toronto. There was a kid. He was watching the game on his phone, and I said, "Man," I said, "it's pretty good actually." I said, "You got a pretty good picture on your phone." And I said, "It's too small." And he told me, he goes, "I don't own a TV." He goes, I only watch NBA on my phone. I watch every game. That's the modern, you know what I mean? And some of these leagues get that, right? Like the NFL is always ahead of everyone, understanding people are streaming now. People have Amazon. People have Netflix. People have all this stuff. And if you don't, then hey. But it's funny because people bitch about it. But then they'll turn around and give their cable company $200 a month, and then bitch they're not getting the game they want. So we're in a weird time for consumers now. Yeah, people like you. Yeah.
People like Pat Stewart. But I'm going to say this, Gabe. As we get older, one thing is I can barely
YouTube TV's another big one now.
Yeah, I know, but think about it. We've talked about this. Look how far the TV is away, and we're getting older. I used to have better than 20/20 vision, and now how the hell are we going to watch timeouts in football if we can barely see it on a friggin' 50-inch screen, let alone a phone? That's the thing.
Why get a big phone?
Yeah, big phone. Okay.
Well, it's like it's like directions on food and stuff like that. It's too small.
Oh, I know. Oh, way too
try to
small.
read stuff. Like, how many minutes do I put this pizza in? I can't see. It's like,
I bought a
literally had to get my cell
for
phone. I got my cell phone the other day, and I had to take a picture of the back of a box, and then I had to blow it up, and I'm still looking at it. Like, all right. 30 minutes, you know what I mean?
I bought a Sherlock Holmes. It works great, Gabe. You got to get one of those globes or magnifying glass. You're right. I don't know. Seniors are doing it, man. It's an absolute disgrace. Anyway,
seniors are getting screwed.
They are all the time.
6 minutes left. Oh, it's still 1-0 in this game. See if the total's 2.5 yet.
Does Dame get frustrated? Miserable year in Milwaukee. Does he ask out? Does Giannis ask out? Well, you ain't got no one else to trade. Middleton makes a ton of money, old. Bobby Portis makes a ton of money, old. Brook Lopez makes a ton of money, old. Pat Connaughton's going to give you nothing in trade value. So to me, watch Milwaukee. Folks, this could be the end of the Bucks dynasty.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
So I turned it off. I got my sweat done, and I'm leaving. I'm taking my money. I'm going home, and I don't want to talk to you the rest.
Oh, yes!
There it is.
6-3. Catch the over. The over is hit. The Padres are our heroes.
That's how we end the show. That's how we end the show.
Oh, what? Let's just sign off. Let's just call it a show.
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
I just don't want to play for clicks. I want to be involved with a great leading program that's going to develop players. Him leaving Colorado, a shot across the bow at Dion. I don't think Dion cares.
We saw Logan Diggs move on from LSU to Ole Miss with Lane Kiffin. Don't be shocked if you see John Emery potentially maybe at another school, maybe like a Miss State or even maybe like a Texas A&M.
Inside the transfer portal, only on SportsGrid.
Game Time had 35 in the first half, Cam. And then, of course, he did not have another point the rest of the game.
Lillard's, it's playoff game time. This guy will show up. He will hit shots. Indiana, you better respond here because I'll tell you, that's a bad loss. We were wrong, Carver. Like, hey, I admit, I was on the Pelicans. This game, I lost.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I am Morency. I know there's the playoffs going on and stuff, but Drew, you're going to appreciate it. We got our boy Brent Beard on a little bit later. Quick little college NFL draft talk. But I was thinking, I thought of you. I knew you were coming on today, Drew, and I was thinking about. I wonder, like, I'm not the only one. I know there's like yearly college football shows and stuff, but today I was literally thinking while I was waiting for an elevator. I was like, I think the Missouri Tigers can make the playoffs this year. I think I'm going to go big on their win total this year. And, they had 6 players taken in the NFL draft. And you would figure, wow, man, that's a lot of talent for a program like Missouri to lose. Yet they've quietly and secretly, they're building like this powerhouse there. And yeah, they had 6 guys taken. They've had a great transfer portal. And Luther Burden III, Drew, will probably be the number 1 wide receiver taken in the draft. Their quarterback is back. That kid can light it up. And, dude, they had like 4 or 5 defensive guys taken this year in the NFL draft. Like, they're drafted. They have good talent. And it's not like when you lose a bunch of players, your program hits the skids. It builds it. Other recruits see, wow, if I go to Missouri, I can play in the NFL. Right, I'll win games. These guys, like, if you look, man, the last 2 years, they lost to the Georgia Bulldogs 2 times, both close games, and they lost last year to Georgia and LSU. Like, this team is, like, the real deal. They're beating everybody now except, like, the top-tier teams. Their schedule is manageable, but I'm fired up for some college football, Drew, and I'm already starting to look at the schedule a bit and starting to think, which game should I go to this year?
Oh, it's such a great, like, little life, how do we say this? Like life little planning session, looking at the college football schedule, NFL.
I like to have a couple of drinks and do it too. You have a couple of drinks, start looking at the schedule. Yeah. Because you'll always bail out too. I've noticed this, Cam. I've made a lot of good decisions where I'm like, you think, all right, you shouldn't do this when you're drinking, but you know what I mean? Sometimes you wouldn't say, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to buy 4 tickets at $500 each to the Rose Bowl right now, but it works out, right? You lock yourself into these things sometimes. You set the date. Otherwise, you're like, oh, I didn't do it. I want to go, but I didn't do it. It's like, no, just do it. Like you said, it's like Christmas shopping for people who like shopping, Drew. Yeah. It's like you look at the schedule. Like, I can't wait for the NFL schedule because I think they're playing the Rams this year again at SoFi. So I'm like, I just want to see the date. I'm going to plan this. Michigan are playing in Seattle against the Huskies this year. Michigan Wolverines are playing a Pauley Pavilion in basketball this year. I want to see that in L.A. Michigan, UCLA, and L.A. will be sick as long as those kids stop protesting on the campus.
Wow, that's wild stuff all over North America.
Hopefully
we're getting it here too.
I saw that they were going out. There's this massive protest, and it's their right. People have always that's the world. People have protested it forever. But I found it crazy, guys. You're seeing like batons, cops, flags. People are fighting, and behind there was a big sign, Cam. Go Bruins. There's the Bruin mascot. I'm thinking, this poor team. You know what I mean? Like, we're trying to recruit here. I thought of the new football coach, actually. I was thinking, I'm trying to freaking recruit here. You guys got a riot going on. You're
I love it.
And there's the thing. Go Bruins. There's a big football banner, like, buy tickets now. Go Bruins. I'm thinking, I'm sure ticket sales aren't going very well this weekend at Pauley at UCLA. People aren't buying football tickets right now.
Right. They're
bailing themselves out of jail.
There's a misconception out there. Sometimes you do some of your best work after a few drinks. It's not all bad. I've had some of my best runs at blackjack when on crazy. Hey, you do dumb things, but you do smart things. And purchasing in advance, always a good move. I agree.
Okay, so how about this? So it works out perfectly, and none of us here. I'm not an LSU fan. I'm not a USC fan, but I'm a Las Vegas fan, and I'm a football fan. And it's a Sunday, Drew. It's the standalone Sunday night game, week 0, LSU, USC, Sunday night, Allegiant Stadium in Vegas. We got to go.
Oh, let's do it. Let's go on record now, Gabe. But first off,
it's Vegas too, so it's not like we're sacrificing. We're going to Vegas for a weekend. You know what I mean? And we'll live it up, and we'll go to the football game on Sunday night.
And we're both bettors. We got to sign up for these football contests anyway. You got to get out there before, and the contests don't start until like the next week anyway. So if you go for that week 0 matchup, you're able to sign up. It's actually the perfect weekend to go to Las Vegas. I love going.
That's when I go every week. That's when I go because you have like 10, 12. Some football games going on Saturday, but it's not crazy packed yet. You get all your NFL futures in. Get into you meet with your proxy, and you handle your business. And now on the Sunday, listen, the last 2 years, I've been in Vegas watching these games on TV in a casino with Teddy and Tony Finn. Mm-hmm. So, like, now I can actually go to the damn game. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, Gabe. And I'll tell you, the Sunday game, I went to it last year. I'm going to go to back-to-back here. I went to that one in Orlando, LSU and FSU.
Oh, that's right.
It was a great atmosphere. And the great thing about it is it's the singled-out game, like you just teed up. So you're not missing other key matchups for your handicapping, like in the following week. It's all about that game. So you're at it. You're taking it in and all the atmosphere.
And you got your game in this way. Right? So, like, you know what I mean? Because it bothers me, Cam. I'm watching these games all the time during the year, and I'm like, man, I wish I was there. I wish I was here. There. Yeah. So it's like, you know what? I was at a college game already. You know what I mean? You got to, it's like, so you get that. And plus, it's not a team. Because I'd like to see Michigan live, but I got to be real. I'd be all stressed out. Right? This is funner. I won't care. It'll just be a bet. I'm going to bet the over.
I got to be honest with you.
LSU, USC. I'm just going to bet the over.
You should be proud of yourself.
Go points. Go points.
What are you going to wear, though?
Wear regular clothes or wear like his Vegas outfit. I don't know.
I'm going to wear my Michigan Wolverine national champion stuff. That's what I'm going to wear.
You got to be careful doing that.
Flare up the fence.
No, you're right. That's how you get into it in the bathroom with a bunch of frat boys. Well, F Michigan. It just starts. You're right.
You took a wrong turn, buddy. Like,
yeah. It don't happen to me. It happened to me.
Yeah, you don't need that.
It happened to me at the Florida Gator National Championship game with the Oklahoma Sooners. I was wearing a Jim Kelly Miami Hurricane jersey, and I'm in the bathroom, and all these Gator fans start mouthing off. F the Canes, F you, you're in the wrong building, you guys suck. I was taking a leak wearing a Jim Kelly jersey, you know what I mean? I was like, these guys are great point. I'm not wearing any other college. I'm going neutral. I'm going neutral.
That night ended a disaster. You got to fight with that chick. She's like, yeah, Hurricanes suck. Yeah, shut up. And she had like a monster boyfriend. You got kicked out, and I'm crawling through the weeds trying to get out of that area. No buses were around.
And the Maple Leafs just scored.
Oh, my God, they did.
Again.
Yes. I can't believe this.
They're going to cover the puck line.
Oh, my God. This is insane.
Crowded. Nylander comes back to save the day without Austin Matthews.
I don't know if Austin Matthews, if I want him for Game 7 if he comes back. I'm dead serious.
You guys in Toronto, I knew this was going to happen now.
No, Gabe, I
scored
said
69 goals.
Game.
I know.
I don't care. He's a defensive liability. These guys are playing great. Okay. How many games did they win with Austin Matthews? One. How many games have they won without him? They were 2-0. I rest my case. Sorry, not over yet, but up 2-0.
No.
Yeah,
I am enjoying seeing Brad Marchand look upset right now. He looks upset. That's a shame.
I'm really enjoying it too. This is fantastic. I haven't been this happy in a while. This is great.
For me too, it's just these poor bastards in Maple Leaf Square all the time. They're so loyal. They show up every night, every game, every year, and they lose all the time. Like they never go home happy. So
you said it.
At least, well, I haven't seen you at Maple Leaf Square, Cam. I know you've gone home unhappy.
I've gone to Maple Leaf Square twice, but I was working. It was when I was working. Can't lie. I was recording.
Yes, that's not going to make.
I'm not. Well, what am I? 16 years old? I'm almost 50. Gabe, I'm not hanging out with a bunch of kids at Maple Leaf Square. What am I?
But so you haven't been there then, going through their pain.
Okay, you're right. I have not been there.
You being there physically doesn't count.
Yeah. Okay. You said were you there? I was reporting. Okay. Yeah, you're right. I'm not hanging out with kids. This is a good start though. Empty netter? Sure we can. Is that it? Was that in? No, not so much. Anyway, Gabe, you get a Game 7, buddy. What are you going to do? You going to take the Leafs, or are you going to take Boston? Oh, geez.
I'll decide tomorrow, but let's see how it plays out. See the Austin Matthews situation, but I think Boston are panicking, and I think they blew a 3-1 series lead last year. I think they're choking again.
They're the Florida Panthers. Dave get frustrated. Miserable year in Milwaukee. Does he ask out? Does Giannis ask out? Well, you ain't got no one else to trade. Middleton makes a ton of money, old. Bobby Portis makes a ton of money, old. Brook Lopez makes a ton of money, old. Pat Connaughton's going to give you nothing in trade value. So to me, watch Milwaukee. Folks, this could be the end of the Bucks dynasty.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
So I turned it off. I got my sweat done, and I'm leaving. I'm taking my money. I'm going home, and I don't want to talk to you for the rest.
Oh, yes!
There it is.
6-3. Cast the over. The over is hit. The Padres are our heroes.
That's how we end the show.
Oh, well, let's just sign off. Let's just call it a show.
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
I just don't want to play for clicks. I want to be involved with a great leading program that's going to develop players. Him leaving Colorado, a shot across the bow at Dion. I don't think Dion cares.
We saw Logan Diggs move on from LSU to Ole Miss with Lane Kiffin. Don't be shocked if you see John Emery potentially maybe at another school, maybe like a Miss State or even maybe like a Texas A&M.
Inside the transfer portal, only on SportsGrid.
Game Time had 35 in the first half, Cam. And then, of course, he did not have another point the rest of the game.
Lillard's, it's playoff game time. This guy will show up. He will hit shots. Indiana, you better respond here because I'll tell you, that's a bad loss. We were wrong, Carver. Like, hey, I admit, I was on the Pelicans. This game, I lost.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I am Morency. So we got a 2-0 final score. The Toronto Maple Leafs have extended the series to 7 games. We cashed the ticket with the Leafs, plus 110, and we hit the under 5.5 as well in this game. And our boy Rob Vino, who loves to bet overs all the time. Me and Rob both love to bet college football overs, college basketball overs, NFL overs, UFL overs, Drew. Me and Vino have an addiction and a problem to overs. And he sent me a message about the hockey game tonight. I told him, under. Under. When it comes to hockey, I don't like betting overs. Same way I don't like betting unders in football. I don't like betting overs in hockey. I'm an under guy when it comes to hockey. And low-scoring game once again tonight. Wall was unbelievable between the pipes. Swayman was unbelievable again between the pipes. 2-0 final score. There's 2 NHL games tomorrow. So NBA basketball, 77-74 right now. You know this game's going to be close all game long. 77-74. The Sixers are up a 3 spot. They're laying 4.5. The in-game total is 212.5 with 2:51 left in the third quarter. Who are you on in this game, Drew? Did you play this game?
Yeah, I took the Knicks plus the 3. I was thinking they were going to keep it close, so just put the field goal in my pocket, Gabe. But I don't know if I'm feeling too good about it, man. The 76ers team looks pretty strong, so I'm just going to ride this out, my man.
The Knicks had a 22-point lead early in this basketball game. They stormed out to like a 34-12 lead, 35-13 type of deal. And Philadelphia didn't give up. They just kept chipping away, and they gradually got the momentum. I'm on the Sixers on the money line in this game. I have them parlayed with the Pacers at plus 261, money line parlay. And I played the over in-game total 207.5. It's 212.5 now. They're laying 4.5. And the Pacers advance, and the Pacers win a playoff series for the first time in 10 years. So this Pacer team, they acquired Pascal Siakam. Everything worked out for them. They did get fortunate that Milwaukee didn't have Giannis, and Dame Lillard, it was a train wreck for the Milwaukee Bucks. But congratulations to the Pacers for their first playoff victory in a decade. What do you think tomorrow, Drew? What's your pick for the Orlando Magic and the Cleveland Cavaliers? Can the Magic extend this to 7 games? They're 4-point favorites. The total is $1.99. And then we got the Dallas Mavericks laying 8 points to the LA Clippers. Total 206.
I do like the Magic side. I mean, in the other game, wait. Okay, yeah. The Orlando Magic was the side that I had circled here, Gabe. I mean, it's just laying the points is something I don't know if I can get there. I mean, to tell you the truth, I haven't bet any of the NBA games tomorrow. I've been working on the MLB slate, got your Braves and Dodgers, and now you got me on these tickets for the USC LSU game in Vegas that I'm scoping out. So to be fully transparent, I haven't fired away on the NBA for tomorrow's card yet, my man.
You know, the Copa Americas in the USA this summer too. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Got the Olympics. The Olympics are in Paris. There's gonna be a lot.
Huge.
The Euro soccer championships are this summer. There's so many massive sporting events this summer. Big time stuff to bet on. So I'm looking now. LSU Tigers football. We're going to talk a little LSU Tiger football with Brent Beard later, but their quarterback situation coming into the year here.
Gabe, I got a question.
StubHub.
Yeah, I got a question.
It says right away,
you.
Tickets going fast, it says, for this game.
With Allegiant Stadium, do you have a preference in where you sit? Like with college football, particularly in neutral site games. Now, I don't have experience sitting in Allegiant Stadium, but I'm either like the type of guy that get in the stadium for whatever it costs, but I really like sitting in like lower bowl end zone. I feel like that's a good like for your money, and I'm seeing those at 240 in the lower bowl end zone. I don't know if you're a taker on that, if that piques your interest at all.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. One thing with college, as you stated, you don't really know. Like I said, I got extremely lucky, like at the Michigan-Alabama game. Like I didn't purchase like a ticket and I didn't know what section was what. You know what I'm saying? And thank God. I wasn't fully in the full-out Michigan section, but I wasn't in the Alabama section. There was like a Bama section on one side, the Michigan section, and I was like next right beside the Michigan section and sort of the random stuff, but there were way more Michigan fans. So like there was like two poor Alabama fans right behind me, like surrounded by like hundreds of Michigan fans. But it sucks if you've been to these college games. It sucks if you're in the wrong section. Like, you know what I mean? Especially if you don't like the music of the band and the fans and stuff, it's freaking annoying, right? Their music's going off. Like, I hate sitting next to the band, actually. That's the one thing. I don't want to sit next to the band at a college game.
No. That's a disaster. No way.
Yeah, no. They play the same song over and over. It's loud as hell. It's like psh, psh, psh. It's way too much.
Yeah, you want to split up the band so you can kind of hear them in the background, but if they're blaring in your ear, you're right. That gets old quickly, man. But I feel like these neutral site games, sometimes I think you go into hostile territory in going into like an on-campus road game. You know, those are where you really, really got to watch out where you sit. But in the neutral site games, I've been, I guess maybe just, on the lucky side of it, but I haven't had too much trouble because it's kind of going to be a little bit mixed in. And it's usually a higher class crowd at the neutral site games because you got to travel there.
Yeah, it costs money. Exactly. That's why, like you told me, like all the Alabama fans I met were all like really cool, but they had enough money to fly to Pasadena for the Rose Bowl, right? Like you told me, it wasn't on campus with the kids. They were all older, richer Alabama fans. I'll tell you, there's going to be a ton of USC fans. LSU fans travel well too, but there'll be a lot of USC fans because it's Vegas. And then you'll just have people like us that just want to go and bet on the game, right?
Yeah.
It'll be like, it'll be the third. UNLV football is getting better now, too, and more popular.
Absolutely.
80-78 Sixers. Late in the third. 3-ball, Batum.
Does Dame get frustrated? Miserable year in Milwaukee. Does he ask out? Does Giannis ask out? Well, you ain't got no one else to trade. Middleton makes a ton of money, old. Bobby Portis makes a ton of money, old. Brook Lopez makes a ton of money, old. Pat Connaughton's going to give you nothing in trade value. So to me, watch Milwaukee. Folks, this could be the end of the Bucks dynasty.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
So I turned it off. I got my sweat done, and I'm leaving. I'm taking my money. I'm going home, and I don't want to talk to you the rest.
Oh, yes!
There it is.
6-3. Cast the over. The over is hit. The Padres are our heroes.
That's how we end the show.
Oh, well, let's just sign off. Let's just call it a show.
In-game live, prime time, only on SportsGrid.
I just don't want to play for clicks. I want to be involved with a great leading program that's going to develop players. Him leaving Colorado, a shot across the bow at Dion. I don't think Dion cares.
We saw Logan Diggs move on from LSU to Ole Miss with Lane Kiffin. Don't be shocked if you see John Emery potentially maybe at another school, maybe like a Miss State or even maybe like a Texas A&M.
Inside the transfer portal, only on SportsGrid.
Game Time had 35 in the first half, Cam. And then, of course, he did not have another point the rest of the game.
Lillard's, it's playoff game time. This guy will show up. He will hit shots. Indiana, you better respond here because I'll tell you, that's a bad loss. We were wrong, Carver. Like, hey, I admit, I was on the Pelicans. This game, I lost.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
All right, Drew Martin with us just for a couple more minutes. And he said, you're looking at the baseball board. I have not been to a baseball game yet this year. And I've been looking. I was going to go to Toronto for the Dodgers Blue Jays last weekend, but the playoffs are going on. And I've been going to the Canuck games. And if it goes game 7 on Sunday, if the Canucks lose tomorrow to the Predators, they'll play game 7 Sunday night in Vancouver. And I'll go to the game. So I hope they do. You know, it's one of those deals. I hope I don't have to go. Not only because the tickets are like $590 to get in the building right now, but
Game 7? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I figured I'd take a look because I said maybe people like they haven't. Because imagine, we don't even know if we're playing 7, and they're already charging $590. So once it's confirmed, it's probably just going to go up. It's kind of frustrating. It's not cheap to go to these games in the playoffs, I tell you, especially in the Canadian cities.
Nope.
In Nashville, Cam, you can sit in the front row for $225.
Me and you would go to Nashville, we'd rip it up for like the same price as just like we do the whole night for the same price you're going to pay for a ticket.
We'd be sitting right beside the penalty box, like on TV all night, banging on the glass, chirping the Preds.
Come on.
Be right in the front all night. You want to do that in Vancouver, it costs you $3,300.
Yeah,
it's a lot of money, $3,000. Not cheap. So, Drew, what are you looking at tomorrow with the Major League Baseball? I'm looking forward to seeing this Dodger-Braves series, which, let's be real, it feels like it's a prelude to what the National Champion Series is going to be, bro.
Yeah, it definitely could be an NL championship preview here, and it's a great pitching matchup. Charlie Morton and Gavin Stone. It's the nightcap as well on the West Coast, 10:10 Eastern, 7:10 local time. 9 in the hook being the total. Looks like the Dodgers pick them even short favorites, short, -110. I mean, the top 3 lineups on both sides. Any way you cut it here, guys. I mean, this Dodgers lineup has been on fire. Both bullpens top 10 by my ratings as well. Charlie Morton, 3.6 ERA his last time out, 7 innings, Gabe. 0 earned runs, shutout ball against the Blue Jays. But Gavin Stone's been good for the Dodgers. He started off a little bit rough, but he's settled in. His last time out, 7 innings, just 2 hits given up and 1 earned run. He's a former 5th rounder out of Central Arkansas, making his way up. Not one of the top prospects like we talked about off camera. I'll tell you, this is a great matchup. I lean with the Braves at first glance. It's one I haven't fired away on. But I just think Charlie Morton's one guy I don't want to go against. The Braves are good when he's on the hill. They're 20-9, 9-5 on the road as well. Dodgers 10-2, their last 10. 2 of the best teams out there. But should be a great game. I lean with the Braves in that one. And then I have the Phillies circled, man. I don't know if you guys have they've kind of, for whatever reason, haven't hit like the mainstream media of how much money this team is printing right now. Talking about the Phillies. They started off a little bit rough, but they've won 13 of their last 16. Bryce Harper was out. He had a kid, paternity leave. He's back in the lineup, and this is a different lineup with him in it. Their full season numbers aren't really telling of what they're doing recently. The bullpen's actually pitching a little bit better as well, and they're up against the Giants. Giants have struggled on the road, just 6-10. I think Jordan Hicks, their slated starter, he gets knocked around. I listed Aaron Nola, and I really like the Phillies tomorrow hosting the Giants in Philadelphia.
I wanted to get this picture up. I've been riding the Phillies as well. I thought they were in good spots against the Halos, but I got burnt. But I agree. The Phillies, they're a stacked lineup. So George Kurtz was at the game earlier in the day today in New York, the Cubs and the Mets. And there was a controversial play, if you guys get the picture up. And so one thing I'm always fascinated about baseball is the infinite amount of things that can happen, right, when a pitch is thrown. It's literally like 13,000 things. Remember last year someone hit a ball and it went right into the light where the lights were at Fenway on the scoreboard. Like the balls, you never know what's going to happen on a play. And you see things I've never seen before. And look at this play here today where Buddy's got he passes, he doubles. Crow Armstrong doubled for the Cubs. Pete Crow Armstrong doubles. Slides past the bag, puts his helmet on the bag and is tagged. Have you ever seen this before, Drew?
I've never seen it, but I'm with you, man.
Do you say, is he out or safe?
You never see.
Should he be out? He was deemed to be safe.
I would say he's safe. That's part of your uniform. And I know that when your pants are on or your cleat or anything like that is on the base, it counts. So I would say it's part of your uniform. Yeah, you are safe.
Cam?
I disagree. You can't just put your hat on the base and say whatever. I think that's ridiculous, to be honest with you. I love Drew. You're my guy, but I have a different opinion. Like, come on,
What's to stop you from just bringing your bat down and reaching out and, I'm safe, I got my bat touching.
Exactly.
What is this, wrestling where you're in an arm lock and you reach for the ropes?
Exactly, yeah.
No,
You're going to put your
rules, guys. For the record, that's not deemed, you can't use. Baseball said after it was a mistake, he should have been out.